So a guy protecting the honor of his female, however it went about, whatever spirit jumped in and jumped out, came in at the time it needed to, and everything it as it is. I'm glad that he was able to step away for a second and reflect and continue to work on himself.
Yeah, I mean, look, at this point, Hollywood is kind of cool on him. You know, a lot of projects that were along the way probably got put on hold, shelved. You know how this cancel culture thing goes. Everyone's upset in the first couple of days, in the first couple of weeks.
Robert Downey Jr. got so high that he broke into somebody's house and was sleeping in their bed like there was 3 bad wolves. He kept getting big bears or whatever. He kept getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And then one day he decided not to.
And now he's Iron Man.
And then he became Iron Man.
I get it.
Will's the Man of Steel.
Right. And listen, I think, well, you've seen it over and over again. I mean, Doja Cat was getting canceled at one point. The Baby was getting canceled. I was getting canceled. Like everyone goes through this cancel moment, and it really makes you sort of look inside of yourself and say, listen, am I going to let this public pressure destroy me and walk away from the field that I chose to be in? Or am I going to get back up and say, hey, I'm going to get back to work and I'm going to go harder and I'm going to put out such quality content that it's going to be undeniable.
Mel Gibson.
Although he never really got back to his heights again. I mean, but he got working again. People, he hates blacks and Jews, so I'm sure it's probably, in terms of what he said. So there was probably a lot of doors that were closed to him. But then again, I think me and Michael Jai White talked about this because he's done movies with Mel Gibson. And I said, well, his career kind of went downhill. But he's like, well, how many actors really are on top of their career, like into their 60s and 70s and everything? I mean, Robert De Niro was
Jack Nicholson was on.
Jack Nicholson was one, right? But in general, I mean, look at De Niro and Pacino. Like, right. Especially De Niro, who's considered one of the best ever. He's done a lot of turkey movies, like, late in his career. Like, a lot of his movies are like, I can't believe he just did that. What's his name? Bruce Willis.
Yes.
I remember that show, Between Two Ferns?
Yeah.
When he had Bruce Willis on, and I remember Zach was like, so Bruce, do you know that some actors actually turn down roles? And it was just so funny because it's like Bruce Willis had such a string of bad movies by that time that it was like such a cutting statement. So listen, at the end of the day, you're not hot forever. Do people still love Will Smith? Sure.
I do. Human being, human. It was unfortunate that he had to be on the, slapping end of it, but, Will recover from this. Chris Rock has already recovered from this. We should put it to bed and keep it moving.